Self-control is key to success in all areas of life. Whether it's avoiding unhealthy food, staying committed to personal goals, or managing emotions in tough times, the ability to regulate impulses leads to long-term achievement. Studies show that people with high self-discipline outperform even those with higher intelligence in academics and careers. The famous marshmallow test showed that children who delayed gratification achieved greater success later in life. Self-control isn't just about saying no, it's about making intentional choices that align with long-term goals. When you strengthen your willpower, you unlock the ability to shape your future with purpose and clarity. The prefrontal cortex, the brain's command center for decision-making, is key to self-discipline. It helps regulate impulses, focus attention, and consider long-term consequences. However, willpower is a limited resource, and too much decision-making can cause decision fatigue. That's why habits and routines are so helpful. They reduce the need for constant decision-making and save mental energy for important tasks. Neuroscience shows that self-control can be strengthened like a muscle. Just as regular exercise builds physical endurance, small acts of discipline, like resisting minor temptations, train the brain to handle bigger challenges more easily. Modern society encourages instant gratification through social media, fast food, and on-demand entertainment. This constant exposure rewires the brain to crave immediate rewards, making it harder to focus on long-term goals. The key to overcoming this lies in rewiring your brain's reward system. One effective method is the 10-minute rule. When tempted to indulge in a distraction, wait 10 minutes before acting. This short delay weakens the impulse and strengthens your ability to choose wisely. Another powerful strategy is temptation bundling, where you pair a productive habit with something enjoyable, such as listening to a podcast while exercising. These small shifts retrain the brain to seek lasting fulfillment instead of temporary pleasure. Building discipline begins with small, consistent actions. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, highlights the power of identity-based habits, shifting focus from what you do to who you are. Instead of saying, "I need to exercise," reframe it as, "I am a person who takes care of my body." The 2-minute rule is another powerful technique. Start with an action so small that it's impossible to fail, like reading one page of a book instead of committing to an hour of study. Over time, these micro-habits compound into major life changes. The secret to self-discipline is not motivation, but structured habits that remove the need for willpower in daily decision-making. Dopamine, often referred to as the brain's reward chemical, is crucial for motivation. It's not just about pleasure, but the anticipation of rewards. Social media, junk food, and video games can hijack this system, creating artificial highs that weaken self-control. To regain balance, practice dopamine detoxing by reducing instant rewards and replacing them with meaningful pursuits like deep work, exercise, and creative challenges. Studies suggest that setting progressive milestones enhances dopamine in a healthy way, making long-term goals feel more rewarding. By understanding and controlling dopamine, you can sustain motivation and stay disciplined without falling into cycles of instant gratification. Emotional self-regulation is key to discipline. When stress, frustration, or anxiety take over, it weakens impulse control and leads to poor decisions. Managing emotions effectively helps maintain rational thinking in high-pressure situations. One effective technique is cognitive reappraisal, reframing a negative situation to see it differently. Studies show that mindfulness practice enhances emotional control and decision-making. Another method is the 90-second rule, where you let emotions rise and pass without reacting immediately. Mastering emotional control provides the clarity to make choices that align with long-term goals, rather than reacting to temporary feelings. In a world full of notifications and endless digital entertainment, staying focused can be tough. Studies show that multitasking can reduce productivity by up to 40% because the brain struggles to switch between tasks. The Pomodoro technique, which involves working in focused 25-minute sprints with short breaks, is a great way to train your focus. Creating a distraction-free environment by turning off notifications and using website blockers can also help you concentrate better. Prioritizing high-impact activities first is another effective strategy. By developing deep work habits, you can train your brain to resist distractions and engage fully in meaningful work. Resilience is about pushing through setbacks and staying committed despite challenges. Olympic athletes, top entrepreneurs, and military leaders all share this trait. To build mental toughness, try voluntary discomfort, like cold showers or fasting, to strengthen your ability to endure difficulties. Another technique is pre-commitment, where you make decisions in advance to remove the option of backing out, like scheduling workouts with a friend. The key to resilience is viewing failures as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. When you train your mind to see obstacles as growth opportunities, discipline becomes second nature. Your physical well-being greatly influences your ability to stay disciplined. Poor sleep, unhealthy eating, and a sedentary lifestyle can weaken your willpower and lead to impulsive actions. Studies indicate that exercise boosts gray matter in the prefrontal cortex, enhancing decision-making and self-control. Consuming whole foods stabilizes blood sugar, reducing cravings and improving focus. Conversely, sleep deprivation hampers cognitive function and weakens impulse control. Simple adjustments like regular exercise, a nutritious diet, and a consistent sleep schedule can greatly improve self-control and overall mental strength. Goal setting is a key skill for staying disciplined over the long haul. The SMART framework, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound goals, offers a clear path to success. Breaking big goals into smaller ones helps avoid feeling overwhelmed and builds momentum. Visualization, where you picture yourself succeeding, can boost motivation. Another great tool is accountability. Sharing goals with a mentor or tracking progress publicly increases commitment. By setting structured, meaningful goals, you create a system that keeps you driven and consistent. Procrastination often stems from fear of failure or perfectionism. To overcome it, try the 5-second rule countdown from 5 and take immediate action before your brain finds excuses. The 2-minute rule, which involves starting a task for just 2 minutes, helps break the cycle of avoidance. Parkinson's law states that work expands to fill the time available, so setting shorter deadlines encourages efficient action. By breaking tasks into small, manageable steps, you reduce resistance and consistently make progress toward your goals. Self-discipline is a lifelong asset that grows over time. The key is consistency. Small, repeated actions create lasting habits. Developing a strong why behind your goals keeps you committed even when motivation fades. Regular self-reflection through journaling or progress tracking helps identify patterns and areas for improvement. The most disciplined individuals are not those with the strongest willpower, but those who structure their environment to make good choices easy. When self-control becomes a way of life, success follows naturally. All right, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And hey, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Got thoughts, questions, or just want to say hello? Drop a comment below. I love hearing from you. Until next time, stay awesome, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.